bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to see you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. And as usual, we will head over to Adam to hear about all our cool sponsors.
I wish I could speak like the Micro Machine Man, but I can't quite do it. But I'm going to try to get through these very quickly because I can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight. So first, we have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for your support. You can grab a code to an Electrum chest on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. Thank you, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. We also have Die Hard Dice, who has gifted our cast with, and I think we are on Fairuza now. So they have gifted our cast with Fairuza's Fearless Finders. Fairuza's Fearless Finders.
Who did these? These are so great.
This was YouTubey9887. So thank you,
Hey.
YouTubey9887. You are an awesome bot, apparently.
Awesome. Very bot-like name, anyway.
We appreciate the comment.
Yes, you are a human pretending to be a bot to infiltrate the bot universe.
Bots play.
That's it.
Bots play.
So Die Hard Dice, you can get 10% off your order there with the code Éarte, and we're also going to be giving away, I think, a $20 off your order code that is going to be bouncing around in chat. Follow the prompts there, and good luck on that. And we also have our friends at Tailspire. Tailspire has this epic, just physical, like kind of combining the physicality of playing with things like terrain and miniatures, but they do it in an entirely digital world, 3D realized. It is really, really epic. I have played around with it a good bit myself, and I love what they are doing at Tailspire. So we're going to give away several codes where you and your group can try that out there. So pay attention to those prompts as well. And then finally, tonight you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane. We have so many things going on right now. So many, in fact, that like I'm going to take a couple of days off here very soon because I work through the weekend and everything else. So I am going to find somewhere that is very, very quiet and curl up with a whole bunch of comic books on my iPad, and I'm going to just not be disturbed for probably 8 hours straight reading comic books. So it's going to be great.
Like a sea lab.
Yeah. That sounds horrible.
During a storm.
It sounds
I
horrible.
don't think no one can find you down there.
Why would anyone want to do that? No one wants to do that. Tonight, I am playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan.
Ooh, busy. Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a creative artist, costume artist, RPG performer, generally a creative person. I'll keep it simple. Tonight, as always, I am playing Fairuza Armstrong, returning to Sea Lab.
Maritime law.
I'm sorry, she's a land lawyer.
Oh, right, sorry. Land lawyer, not
land lawyer.
Look, we're in international waters.
She's not past the ocean bar.
International lawyer. Okay,
the sandbar.
The sandbar. She has not past the sandbar. Oh no!
Imagine
It's going to be one of those nights.
It's definitely, yep.
Oh no! I'm already tearing up. Okay.
You're welcome, audience.
I can't take your case. I only take sea law issues, so I can't take your case. You're a land thief. I can't come. Stupid.
Where were we?
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on socials as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I do all sorts of weird stuff. You can find out more about it on socials. one sentence version, 300-page version. We're going to go for the short one. I'm a slasher of Gordian knots. We'll go with what's on my business card.
Oh.
And tonight, I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn, who is currently, I don't know what I am right now. Confused.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on the socials as Oba Lauren. You can find me here tonight playing Neb, who desperately needs a sea lawyer and would love to find Fairuza, but is currently a shark.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me Dungeon Master on Misfits of Alceta every Wednesday. You should check it out. And tonight I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your granny for hire, who is really tiny right now, I think, and just blew up a shark with a tank, which is awesome. It's a little air tank.
Oxygen tank, not a
Yeah,
tank.
not like a tank
Yes,
tank.
yes.
That would be cool too.
In case you're
be
just
awesome.
tuning in.
Though
But if
I
anyone
would
could
watch
match
that.
If anyone could manifest a tank underwater, it would be Miss Robin.
Oh, all right. And I guess it leaves me. I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller for the evening. And welcome to the 39th chapter of Children of Éarte. We are getting through them here. Okay. So, well, yeah, I guess that means it's been like almost a year, like officially.
We just
Kinda
passed our
cool.
1
We
year
just
anniversary.
passed our 1 year.
Yes.
We should have marked it. Oops.
And it's
Birthday,
been what,
everyone.
like
Wow.
a week in game time, a week and a half.
Well, now that you ask, it's been 8 days.
8 days. There you
Yep,
go.
we are on day 9.
Sounds like RPG to me.
Mm-hmm.
So wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I am currently in Washington, D.C. doing a play. I'm doing Angels in America Part 1, Millennium Approaches. So if you are in the D.C. area and would like to come and see us, we open like later this week. So
Yay!
At least previews and then going in. So yeah, if you're interested, come and see it. It's a beast of a play, but really amazing and important. So I'm excited about it. But I'm also very excited to play a little game tonight. So when we left off, we had Robin, Neb, and Silas flippering away into the dark abyss, just out into the open ocean, 60 feet below sea level. We're going to hold on that story for a moment, where we pick up with Fairuza and Maeve, who, after this strange, unconscious, in and out, glowing feeling of safety, awoke outside of the sea lab, floating at the bottom of the ocean here. Still nighttime, went back inside, got cleaned up, and you heard voices in the other room. And when you went over and opened the door, Robin, Neb, and Silas were just sitting in the chairs, having a conversation, laughing. They seemed very excited to see you. So let's pick up there with Maeve and Fairuza.
Fairuza and Maeve are both seeing this right now. Okay,
Here's Robin. Hello, come in, sit with us.
Fairuza's gonna just look at Maeve.
When did you all get back?
Oh, just a little while ago. We were so worried about you.
Did you get the shard?
Oh, no. We decided to let that go for now. Sit with us, tell stories.
You decided just to leave. You left the shard there and just swam back and didn't.
Too dangerous.
Fairuza's gonna lean over to Maeve and go.
You got back before we did, but your suits weren't hanging in the room. What did you do with your gear?
The suits. Neb sort of stands up and says, "Oh, we left that outside. I think really we were just excited to get back here and see you. We were so worried about you. That's really what was most in our minds. So we left the shard there so we could come back and see how you were doing. We missed you."
We missed
Well,
you.
I'm-
We missed you guys too. We were worried about you. I just don't understand how you beat us back. And I mean, okay, so if you guys are back now, what's the plan? If we're not gonna get the shard, is there a new plan?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we were just gonna try to spend some time down here until the storm passed over.
What? Did you I'm happy to see all of you as well, and I'm relieved you're safe. Did y'all see the fish outside?
Oh boy, this is the hard one. Okay. Silas. I've been practicing all day. Hold on. This is the hardest one now. All right, Silas's turn. Silas goes, yeah, I saw the fish, and then I thought about maybe I would go get a fishing pole and maybe, try to do some fishing outside of the moon pool. But I don't know. I figured, I should probably wait until you guys came to see if maybe we could cook up a little fry and have dinner together, maybe.
You're gonna fish outside 60 under the sea.
Yeah, well, they're swimming right by underneath the pool there. You could get to it really easy.
And did you notice anything different down there at all?
Different? Oh yeah, well they look like they're dying. They don't look too healthy to me, do they? No.
All right.
I sort of look at Neb, who I know tends to be pretty aware of animals.
Mm-hmm.
Is she giving me any response about the fact that these fish are different?
Give me an insight.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Neb does not seem as concerned as you would normally expect her to be, right? Neb, every animal that we come across, she's fascinated, she wants to learn about, she's drawn towards. And this Neb seems a little more disassociated from that. She's not that interested in the fish in this moment.
So
with
what
that,
are y'all-
Silas actually stands up and starts to walk towards the bunk area and the kitchen area. And as he does, he's mumbling, going fishing. As he sings, it kind of goes by. And as he comes past you, he brushes against your shoulder and he feels solid to you. He goes, "Pardon me," and kind of pushes past into the other room. And you see him maybe start to go through some of the cupboards and things behind you.
Fruza's can Fruza follow Silas, I guess? It's not that far away, right?
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay. So, how long were you guys waiting for me and Maeve?
Oh, I don't know. It's there's like no time down here. It's hard to tell what kind of time. Maybe we're in like some other kind of interdimensional something time shift. I don't know, but it's just really hard to keep track of what's going on.
Yeah, because Maeve and I, there's kind of a little bit of a blip in our memory on how we sort of happened to be back at the sea lab. So did you guys experience the same thing?
You know what I think it's like? I think in like edition 345 of Superman versus Batman. They had a whole thing where they had like a blip and they lost their memory. It was really, I think that's what's happening right now. Yeah. Give me an insight, Fairuza.
Give you a what?
An insight.
Okay. Come on, man. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Sounds like Silas to you. He's quoting comic books. He's a little fidgety.
That's all I noticed.
That's all you noticed?
Just look at one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Fairuza's basically just looking at the three of them, scratching her head, and she's gonna turn back to Maeve and again give Maeve like a look, like, and then she's gonna, I guess, walk toward Maeve and sort of whisper like, am I like going crazy here a little bit? How does something seem, are we off? Maybe are we all off and we just don't know?
I'm gonna try something. Just
Okay.
Just trust me on this. It's going to get weird, but I need you to trust me. If you think it's weird right now, I need you to trust me.
What are you going
Do you
to
trust me?
I think so. Maeve. It can't get weirder. That's definitely true.
Oh,
Oh, no.
wanna bet? Just why don't you go talk to Miss Robin and
Okay.
Neb for a second? And I'm going to go into the room where Silas is and sort of walk behind something, and I am going to use my ability to change the way I look and make myself look like identical to that Silas.
Okay, fantastic. Great. His eye, he's still really focused in the cabinet. It looks like he's trying to find something he can like make a fishing pole out of. He's trying to find any kind of bits and pieces that he can put together to create a fishing pole. So he's really focused on that. And behind him, there's a swirl of starry mist or whatever it looks like for you, and suddenly there is a second Silas.
And then I'm going to turn around and go back into the room with the rest of them and sit down.
Fantastic. You come and sit down. Neb goes, "Oh, great, Silas, you're back. I think we should play a game. Do you want to play like a word association game? I'll say a word, and then you say a word that sounds that it makes you think of. We used to play it all the time back at home."
Sure.
Maeve hasn't been practicing all day for her.
Maeve has not been
It's
practicing.
like smoke is coming over. It's like, wait, there's something. Okay. I guess we can play your word association game, but at some point, Fairuza's looking at everyone, including new Silas.
Yes.
It's like at some point we should probably figure out what our next plan is. We're gonna hang out down here any longer than we have to, and I don't know. Okay, let's play the word game then.
Okay, great. Neb says, friend.
Super.
Who's looking at everyone else?
Robin. Robin will go. She goes, oh. How about man? That's for you, Silas.
Super.
Man. Okay, I guess we're out of words. A boy. Oh, okay. As this is happening, you hear some splashing coming from the other side of the hab, back over where Silas was in the moon pool area, as if he's opened that door.
Maeve? Because Fairuza thinks that Silas just came in, right?
Yeah. Neb and Robin kind of, look to you, Fairuza, and say, Robin says, "Where did she go, dear? It wouldn't be wise to go out in the water by herself. I have to teach her. She should go with a buddy system. That's what we did back in the day.
Okay.
When we didn't have all these gadgets. You had to have a buddy."
I agree with you. You guys continue with your little word game. I'm gonna go check Maeve really quick. And Fairuza's going to jump up
Mhm.
and walk out to see why Maeve is opening the door or something.
As you walk back into that space, there's no one in the private quarters and there's no one in the moon pool room either. But the water is disturbed. It's still sort of moving as if someone splashed the water.
Maeve? Maeve, because Fairuza's starting to get worried now because she literally disappeared into thin
Because
air.
she told you she was going to do something weird and then disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. That's all Fairuza knows. She's Maeve? Maeve, Fairuza's gonna run back into the room
Yes.
and say to everyone, you guys, Maeve is missing.
As
May
you
I
say
ask,
that, oh, go ahead. Yes.
before Fairuza does that, does anything happen with Neb and Robin? Do they respond in any way to not having Fairuza in the room?
No. They continue to play either the word game or look at the books in the room and talk to one another. You want to give me another insight?
Okay. 19.
19. There is definitely something off about them. They're a little generic. You know, like you're missing the nuance, the full complex people. They seem almost like caricatures a little bit of themselves. They're good, you know, but in terms of their personalities, don't have quite that depth.
The other mother from Coraline, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. There's just a little bit of something that you would have expected Robin to have more of a story of something from her past, or that Neb would have been more concerned with the fish. There's just a little. It's a form of them without being full.
Mm-hmm.
As Fairuza steps back into the room and says, have any of you seen Maeve? A hand slaps onto the side of the hab, the glass, and in the light glowing from within there, you see Silas as he puts his face up against the thing. He's not wearing a mask. He is simply holding his breath. As he looks at you and points down towards the fish, he's found a net. He swims down out of sight below the hab. Fairuza, you've now seen a Silas out in the water and a Silas sitting here. Neb and Robin do not respond. They go, Neb goes, oh, I guess Silas is going to catch us dinner.
Fairuza's gonna swing around and she's gonna go, what are all of you? Who are all of you? She's gonna point her axe directly at the Silas in the chair. What are you? What are all of you?
I'm someone who doesn't have a piece of glass in my eye.
Silas says
yes,
this
I'm
in an
as
Irish
Silas.
accent?
I would do that as Silas.
Okay, as Silas, you got it. No, it's fine. Just
Maeve,
checking.
as Silas. Oi.
So in a Silas voice.
In a Silas voice.
Yes. Silas says to you, I'm someone without a piece of glass in their eye. Robin and Neb kind of look at you surprised, but they don't seem too scared. Fairuza, why are you so upset?
I don't know if any of you here have noticed. Silas is sitting here in this chair and we just saw him outside. Are there two of all of you? Am I the only one here that knows what's happening in this room?
Robin will stand up and look at you. Oh dear, it's been a hard day for all of us. Probably we just need some rest.
Again, Fairuza's gonna step forward, brandish her axe lightly, but you can tell there's a little bit of an edge there. She's gonna bring it toward Silas's face. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who were you? Who was that? Where's the real Silas? No, the rest of you don't move.
I'm gonna look at you and say, doing something weird. Wink.
Robin.
This face. Fairuza's gonna make that face like it's gonna connect for a minute. She's gonna go. She's gonna.
And Maeve gives you a look like a don't give this up.
Robin notices this little, secret conversation happening. It doesn't seem like she's super clued in, but she just says, I think we need some tea just to settle our nerves. And she's gonna get up and walk forward, and you notice she's in her yellow boots and her, exactly almost what you met her in. Give me a perception check, two of you.
Please work for me.
14.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Fairuza, you don't notice this. To you, they look exactly like you remember them. Maeve, they look cleaned up. They look more like day 1 or 2 of when you met these folks, rather than, the smudges and the dirt and the havoc that they've all been through over the last couple of days. These are more like first impression friends. And Robin disappears into the living quarters. You start to hear some sounds in the kitchen as she makes tea.
Well, Silas, I'm happy to see that you are doing well. This is what Fairuza says, because she's completely, she can't believe how well that Maeve looks like Silas. Like, this is a new thing.
This is a brand new thing, yeah.
Yeah. I find it amazing that you were able to get back into the room so fast after swimming for fish. Neb. Do you have any ideas? I mean, I'm just assuming that you're done playing the game, but do you have any ideas on maybe what we should do tomorrow here?
Yeah, well, I think, we got to get some rest. We got to wait for the storm to die down. But once the storm has died down, I think we go back up to the train and see if we can get this shard another way, or maybe come back later, because I think it's too hard.
The storm made it hard, or did something else make it hard?
Well, I mean, we almost lost the two of you. I know I would be so sad if I never got to see Maeve and you again, Fairuza. That would make me so sad. And of course, you too, Silas.
Well, I mean, I'm here right now, so.
Yeah. I would hate to lose you.
But I'm here, so you didn't.
And you look well.
But what happened? What did you see when that all happened back then?
When what happened?
When we also almost lost Maeve and Fairuza.
Oh, well, we were all out exploring the ship, and that crazy jellyfish Gwen lady just, took off, and we took off into the darkness, and then we were looking for you. We didn't know where you were, so we came back here because we were worried.
But you did see the shard before you left it, or?
Oh no! I mean, no. I don't think I did, but I think Robin told us that you saw a shard.
Okay. Fairuza's listening, trying to have this conversation while listening to the kitchen.
There's still sort of the clatter of dishes, and maybe you're starting to hear the kind of some water beginning to boil. Yeah.
Would you remind me where the lock points, where the
doors, the airlocks
are?
So there's 3 sections of the hab. There's the moon pool, which also attaches to the gondola. That has an airlock. then there's the kitchen, bathroom, living, sleeping quarters. That then has an airlock, and then there's this observatory room. So you can open both of those airlock doors at the same time, but you had learned previously that part of the idea is to keep at least, they're there to help in case there's a leak, or so you need to sort of, create pockets of air.
Right. Okay. Gosh. Does anything about this area texturally feel different?
Would you like to make a perception or actually, let's do a perception check to start with.
21.
21.
Good dice tonight. Good job,
Good
dice.
dice.
You
Way
know,
to
Good
go.
dice. Thank you,
dice.
diehard.
Oh my goodness. What are fairness finders? What are they tonight? Fairuza's
Fearless.
Fearless, yes.
I need to use
Fearless.
them. I
Good
need to use
fearless
them.
finders. If for $1 million, you would bet that this is the actual place. This is the Sea Lab. Everything seems to be pretty much as you left it, texturally, whatever that means. It feels solid and real to you. I'll even offer, you go back and check and you see that etching of Sunny Heart June that's in the side. The details are good. This place feels real.
I mean, I think Gwendolyn was saying we should go at night to go exploring, so maybe we should think about going back out and exploring again.
Oh
instead
yeah,
of sleeping.
this time. Well, during the day, I think we should sleep now. And
No,
then...
I think it might be a good idea to go out tonight.
Oh, okay. Says no.
Fairuza's literally just looking at Maeve, like just amazed that she's able to affect the voice of Silas too. Yeah. Maybe we should go back out since you were out and got fish and were able to do that and then come back. It must be safe to go back out again. But first we have tea with Robin, right?
Robin appears at the doorway. She's got a tray with like a perfect English tea set on it, like china, beautiful. There's little scones with cream and jam. It's like a perfect little, British Isles tea set she's holding in front of her. And she also happens to be wearing her full scuba suit, flippers and everything. As she steps to the edge, regulator in her mouth, her big goggles on, she pulls it out and says, "Tea time," and flippers into the room and sets it down in the middle of all of you.
Robin, what are you doing?
Well, you said you wanted tea, so I made tea, and then I heard we're going back out into the ocean, so I got ready.
Fairuza's going to reach for one of the scones and just sort of inspect it and sniff it. Does it smell like a baked good?
Perception check, please.
I'm afraid.
Maeve is going to try and keep Fairuza from eating that because Maeve knows the stories of the fairies. And
okay.
If these are trickster fairies playing a prank or something,
okay.
I mean, I don't think Irish folklore delves deeply into underwater fairies, but it certainly would be one of the places I might go in terms of being a little frightened and not showing it. You don't eat their food without their. You just don't.
All right.
So what does Silas do to?
Here, give me that. Yeah. And as I reach, I knock over the tray. Oh, I'm so clumsy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
See, the tray clatters, tea and cakes and scones all over the floor.
Petit
sort of
fours.
goes correct. Petit fours.
Are there any knives on that tray? Or sharp cutlery?
We'll say there's like butter knives for like spreading jam, not like sharp.
I mean, if they're squishy enough, it'll do. I'll go ahead and pocket anything that I think could be weaponized against us if I can. Just try and sleight of hand it.
Fantastic. Give me a sleight of hand. Because you don't want them to notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we're used to Silas pocketing
Oh,
things.
that's a 23.
Goodness. Fearless finders are just kicking butt. Yeah.
That's
No
also
one
I'm good
seems
at.
to catch you. Not even Fairuza catches you. As you pull out one of these butter knives and just sort of slip it into one of, within your, I don't know exactly, as Silas in this.
Even if it's just like up my sleeve.
Yeah, just up your sleeves. You've got a butter knife up your sleeve. Oh, there's also shards. They broke some of the china, so you could take a shard of china.
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay.
Should I be adding that to my inventory?
Well, I wrote it down just to make sure I know which you can as well. Robin goes, "Oh dear, this'll be a mess to clean up. Don't worry. I know just the thing." And she turns, and again, big flippers flopping out of the room back into that tiny hallway. And you notice she's got a huge tank on her back, just walking around in this space. And it clangs a little bit against the sides as she steps into the other room.
She has a huge tank at her back?
Oxygen tank. Oxygen tank again.
She just carries around military grade.
Yeah.
I stand by my
about
earlier
Robin.
statement.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Neb gets down and goes, "Oh, well, Robin, the scones look delicious, and I know baked goods." So she bends down, she goes, "They just look fantastic," and she's going to pick up a piece of that scone, off the ground and just eat a little of it. Delicious.
She licked a doorknob. Never mind.
She licked a door. Yeah, that's not totally out of it.
60-second rule.
That's fair.
It looks good. Neb seems to very much enjoy this beautiful little pastry that she's having.
So Neb, you were a shark for most of this latest excursion that we just had, right?
Well, yeah, I think for most of it, yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. And then, and then you guys all swam off. I guess we swam off too, but yeah, we didn't know what happened to you. What happened to you? Fill us in.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really remember much.
Did your oxygen tank run out? Did it get low while you're out there?
Yeah, I couldn't find you guys because we had to turn back. It was so dark. Yeah.
I mean, it's all the signaling, I'm sure, that was the thing that made you turn around. Yeah.
First is looking at Maeve Ilis. Maeve. Where it's like
Milas.
Yeah.
Save.
Save.
Suitorless.
Save. Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I don't remember much. I just remember being oddly comforted with the idea of swimming down. I don't know why, but there's something about being down here that has made me feel more. I don't even want to say accepting, because I don't accept any of this. Make no mistake. However, something about being down here, maybe it's being with you guys, has made me just realize that sometimes things aren't always what they seem. So, yeah, exactly.
So that Gwendolyn, what do y'all think about her? What do you think she's doing?
Who?
Well, it wasn't very nice that she took off like that. She was going to help us find the shard.
Should we go back out and find her right now, like Silas said?
Hang on. Was Neb there for that?
No.
Did
Neb,
we come back in between that?
No, Neb never saw the shard.
And Neb never saw
At
Gwendolyn.
least according to you. No, Neb saw Gwendolyn. You were all talking to Gwendolyn.
Right, but
Gwendolyn came out and then flew
when
off
Gwendolyn
into the darkness.
bolted, was
Yes.
Neb there, or I'm trying to remember the
Yes.
chronology. Did we come back to the hab and talk about it after that before we went back out?
No.
So Neb would not
No.
have any idea that Gwendolyn took off.
No, Neb knows that Gwendolyn
would
took
know.
off.
Oh, Neb does know. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Gwendolyn saw Gwendolyn.
Trying
you,
to-
you all, yeah, of course. You were all there when Gwendolyn took off. When Gwendolyn took off, Neb, Silas, and Fairuza followed her.
Right,
You and Robin stayed behind
Right.
to continue to search the ship.
right. Okay.
That was the point where the switch happened. And as Neb sort of mentioned, like, Robin told us you found the shard. That's exciting, but I think it's too dangerous to go right now.
Wait, Robin told you I found the shard. I was with you.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. DM.
Okay.
Robin
Oh,
told
okay.
us Maeve found the shard. Whoopsies. Yeah, Robin told us that Maeve found the shard. In fact, we're going to leave that in. Neb does refer to you as Maeve for a moment. And then when you kind of correct her, she also walks it back.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm so tired.
They're
I
just
was
sitting,
hoping
just staring
that
at each
the
other.
caffeine from the tea would be better, would help me with how tired I am. But we didn't get any tea because Silas, you knocked it on the floor. But it's okay.
Silas did knock it on the floor, didn't he? So we heard her saying Maeve Silas or whatever, Maeve Silas, right? We heard her. We all heard her.
Yeah,
You heard Neb.
you heard
Call
Neb
me.
refer to Silas as
To-
though she were Maeve, as though he were Maeve, and then walk it back when Silas said, literally the mistake I made, Neb made. So what do you say we hit the hay?
I think before we hit the hay, we should check all of our equipment and make sure that it's, up for another trip.
Okay.
Everyone has their tanks, right? No one lost it.
We'll have to go check. I know mine is full because I was a shark the whole time.
Everyone else tanks good.
Well, come on, let's go see. Neb gets up and walks into the other room.
I think I'm starting to really look for where the gaps are in what's off about them.
There's
I know something is wrong, and I'm trying to piece it together and find sort of those little cracks that I can maybe start.
You want to give me an investigation?
Sure. I have a feeling this one's gonna be bad. Let's
Oh
see.
God.
Oh no, that's a 22.
Holy crud! Let's not get into combat because you're using up all your good stuff now.
With my whopping 1 hit point.
There you go. Yeah.
Ugh.
It occurs to you that Neb has not mentioned anything that happened to her and Silas after they left the group. That her story is that they left the group, got lost in the dark, and came right back here. It occurs to you that, she's not sharing with you any further information about that time. Neb disappears into the other space. Robin is still standing in the kitchen trying to make tea again, fully suited up in her scuba gear. And Neb disappears into the moon pool room. Again, both of these doors are still wide open.
I would like
Silas is still out of sight, presumably swimming without an air tank.
I want to close the door to the moon pool.
Okay. So Neb is in there. As you walk past it and sort of squeeze by Robin and her air tank, and reach up and hit that button, locking Neb in that back room. Now it is you, Silas, Robin, and Fairuza.
Mm-hmm. So from where Fairuza is, she can see what Maeve Silas just did.
you can peek through into the hallway and kind of watch as that door closed.
So Fairuza's not going to react to that because she knows that Maeve is up to something, and she assumes that Maeve is pulling, so she's going to be like, okay, there's probably something going on here.
So, Miss Robin.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about what happened to you while you were, after you swam off.
Oh, well, Maeve and I, we went down into the ship and we found it had been blown apart. And we swam through the cracks in the ship. And when we got into the back section, we found a long shaft for the propeller. And way down that shaft, we saw the shard. Very exciting.
And you didn't go grab it. Why?
Oh, well, I did try to go get it, but then something happened to Maeve. So we all came back here to wait for you and wait for her. See if she
What happened to
back.
Maeve, and why did you leave her alone? That doesn't seem like something you'd normally do.
Suddenly, you see a tear start to roll down Robin's cheek. She looks Maeve, Silas, Milas, straight in the eye and says, "I'm sorry that I left you. I shouldn't have done that. You mean everything to me. You are not alone in this world."
That staggers me for a quick second.
Mm-hmm.
And then I quickly recover from it. And
she looks at you again and says, "You don't have to be strong all the time."
Well, that may be true. But for right now, why don't you tell me who you are?
Whatever do you mean, dear? I'm a friend.
What sort of friend?
Any kind you want me to be. Maybe we'll pause there. Let you digest a little bit and head out into the dark abyss with the rest of our party. Who can do impressions of themselves from now?
It's so funny.
I'm going to choose to be flattered by everything that just transpired.
I'm
Please
just amazed
do.
by it all. I'm just amazed by it all.
Because impressions are not my forte. If I can challenge myself,
And Adam, your accent
it's
is
hard. It's tricky.
It's hard to do
It's
without
light.
having.
It's cool.
It's a really cool accent, and I've played with you for 5 years, and I still
Like I
I
said,
can hear
flattered.
it, and I identify it, but it's not. Yeah, I cannot switch that one on.
It's
So
all
I'm
good.
sorry.
But it's
And
okay.
I don't even know how I'm going to play after all
They're-
that, though.
they're-
Outside of the
they're
accent,
meant
that
to
was
be-
creepy.
Also, every time you mentioned one of our names, when Deb was just like, "and Neb," and I was like, "Oh wait, oh no, oh wait, It was amazing.
All right, here we go. Silas, Neb, and Robin, Tiny Robin, you are flippering into the darkness away from the ship, out into open ocean. You have killed a shark, but you have no idea where Maeve and Fairuza are. Last you knew, Neb, you got a glimpse of Maeve surrounded by these jellyfish creatures, at least 6 or 7 of them. Just surrounded in this kind of cloud of them, and they were sort of slowly moving away. Once they got a little bit of distance from the ship, you felt this intake of water, and as they gushed it out, they zoomed way out of your field of perception. So as of now, you do not have a sense of where they are.
And I do have to fix something. I made a mistake last time.
No worries.
I don't actually have the dark vision.
Okay.
Because I misread something about druids. They get all the stuff that you normally have. And then there was a second line that I hadn't read that said, unless the creature you are doesn't have the thing you... Yeah,
Doesn't
so
have the thing.
I
No
don't
worries.
actually have dark vision. I'm sorry.
You had that
I
little
just...
blind sensey things. So, we're going with friend-shaped sense of something. So yes, and I'm fine. You could smell her. I don't think it changes too much your perception of what was going on there.
Okay.
So yeah, so you got it. But at this point, regardless of any perception, they are outside of it.
Yeah.
So you are the three of you alone in this darkness. You have your little pin lights on. You have your blind sense in this area. But there is nothing to the right, left, up, down. In fact, you're starting to get to that place where it's a little hard to tell which way is up, because your light, you can't even really tell how far it goes, because all you get is like little particles. Every once in a while, maybe a fish darts through the light, 5-10 feet away from you.
Neb's pretty single-minded, and so unless she feels or hears something from Silas or Robin, is going to continue to go in the direction she last saw Maeve.
And you're back into a shark, yes?
Yeah, I'm a shark, because I took off my tank and I gave it to Silas.
So Silas now has your tank, yeah. And Robin's still holding her breath. Doing good.
Yeah, yeah. Which I think Neb kind of has realized, but also not really, in the panic of go after Maeve and what's going on. And so I think she probably assumes that the two of you are sharing her tank. But yeah, she's just going to keep swimming in that direction for at least a little while.
Swimming out. Silas and Robin, are you following? Are you holding on? What are your thoughts?
I mean, do I get the sense that holding on to Neb Shark slows Neb Shark down dramatically?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Then I'm definitely going to hold on.
You're going to hold on? Okay. Robin, you're tiny, so you really don't add anything. If both of you were big, normal sized, maybe I'd
Silas will give his pinky out for Miss Robin.
Robin holds on.
Onto the pinky. So yeah, like those little fish, what are they called? Pilot fish that hang on to sharks. You all
Remoras.
Yes, that's right. Just gripping on to Neb. As Neb, you take them out into open ocean. Give me a perception check, Neb.
Okay. It's a 16.
16. Nice. So using your sharky senses, whatever you can smell under the water, whatever you can sense with the currents, you have a pretty good sense of up, down, right, left. You are also able to more instinctually use the currents so that they don't affect you as much, pulling you in certain directions. You can also tell that you are well over a very deep channel. Here, that there is more space below you than there is above you, is what you can sense from here. There is movement below, more movement, more water pressure change below you than there is around you. Yeah, that's as much as I can give you.
Like directly below me?
Just all around below you. I mean, almost as if, if you were crossing a bridge and you could look down and see like a thriving rainforest beneath you. That wherever you're kind of swimming at right now, you can just sense life and activity all around, closer to the ocean floor.
Okay. Neb will come to a stop, but won't immediately go down because she's remembering all the instructions that Robin gave about the bends. And while she's a shark, she probably doesn't have to worry about it, but the two people hanging on her back do. So she'll come to a stop, and you watch as she just tilts a little bit, like she's looking down below, and then swims in a circle.
I will offer that with the lecture that you got from Robin, you know that if you take them down slowly, that the change in pressure, once you've reached a certain point, it's exponentially less. It's less of an adjustment, so that you could go down and be safer than coming back up.
Okay.
Especially if you kind of corkscrewed and stopped and took it slow.
But it's still if we needed to come back up,
you would have to go slow.
Yeah. Okay. When she goes in a circle, she'll corkscrew down like a foot and then stop.
Neb Shark, I don't know where. Are you thinking that they're down below us? Shake your head. Well, that would be no. Shake your head no, or like try to go up and down. And I'm trying to figure out something. And so I'm just using this message and then putting my air back in. And I'm actually trying to conserve air a little bit more this time.
Gotcha.
I'm going to intentionally say that he's trying to hold his breath.
Hold breath.
Number 2.
Only take it when you need it. Got it.
Neb will try to not as a shark, but I imagine with the two of you hanging on her back and how sharks work, it's like the entire front of her body just pivots up and down.
The spine moves this way, not this way.
Yeah. It's very awkward, but it's very clear that she's doing one of these.
Miss Robin, are we going to get that? What was it called? Decomposition sickness if we go down too far.
What was that?
Oh dear. If we go down, it should be fine. We have to be careful going up.
Well, what if we need to go up really fast?
You don't.
So we're going to die in the ocean depths. Got it. Downward and onward, Neb Shark.
All right, if I've been given the go-ahead, I will start to, like I'm descending a spiral staircase, just slowly corkscrew my way down, kind of not nervous about what's below me, but nervous that I'm going to miss a signal from behind me that, oh no, we need to stop. So she's kind of on edge more to make sure that the people on her back are okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So very slowly you begin to kind of corkscrew down. Every once in a while, maybe you do a couple of turns at the same level until you're checking with them because they'll feel the pressure in their ears. They'll feel it in their sign, sort of getting a sense of like when they're equalizing, when it's working. As you continue to go down, and it's hard to judge really how far you go, but it gets deep, and even you can feel the change in pressure, even though it doesn't hurt you. You can feel that it's adjusting. You then get this green glow from way down beneath you. It seems sort of off in the distance. Robin, you remember seeing this kind of green glow for the first time back at the Sea Lab. It seems sort of distant still here, but like a cloud of green.
It's not my ring.
I'm trying to remember when Silas and I first chased after Fairuza and we had the moment of talking with a thing. Did we see a green glow?
You did.
Okay. That will once again stop Neb. Okay. And now she's stopped.
You heard voices in your head when that happened as well.
Yeah, and then Jaws happened. So she'll stop, and she'll stop pointed directly at the green glow.
Robin is going to see this green glow and tap Neb, and then just kind of onward.
All right.
I mean, we're probably all going to die. And Silas is like directing like every other word between the two of them. So they're only each getting like half of this. But, it's like probably all going to die. but we've got to go on anyway. And so probably only Miss Robin's getting like the significant portion of the conversation.
Okay.
I don't know
Got
how
it.
sharks look confused, but at this moment, Neb Shark is, if she could tilt her head, but her entire body tilts, and then at least
Tyson,
Robin
take-
gives her clear direction, so she will start to
swim towards the glow.
Yeah.
All right. It continues to get brighter, and you continue to go deeper at the sort of moderate speed that you've come up with. As you get closer to it, there's still no defined form. But all three of you in your mind hear, hello again.
All come to a stop.
This is the first time Robin's hearing the voice.
This is.
Yeah, okay. Hello?
Hello. Please make a wisdom saving throw, Robin.
That's not Silas. 16.
A 16, okay. Sorry, did you ask something, Robin, with that? Sorry.
Robin just says hello.
It says hello.
That's
A new friend.
friend.
Yes.
Silas, are you playing a trick on me?
Could I hear that? Like, do I hear
No.
her like trying to mouth anything in the
It's
water?
all in my brain.
It's all in
right
her
now.
I
head.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a little mouth.
Says, who is Silas? What is Silas?
Oh, well,
And as it's talking with Robin, you two don't hear this one.
and who might you be? Like starting to kind of
Mhm.
put together that this
Mhm.
isn't Silas.
Mm-hmm. I'm a friend, as I said. I am pleased to meet each of you.
You haven't perchance seen other friends like us around, have you?
Why, of course.
You have. Well, you wouldn't happen to know where they are, do you?
They're safe.
Right. You know, I don't know what I'm talking to. I don't know if this is all a game, but I suppose I'm just gonna roll with it. If you're a friend of mine, and you're a friend of my friends, we need our friends, and we have to get going. Can you help us?
Would you like to come inside?
Oh, thank you. No. I
No.
mean, thank you for the offer, but do you have a name?
What is name?
What do you call yourself?
Oh, yes. The tall one mentioned this.
Fairuza.
Is that her name?
She is tall. That is the tall friend, yes.
Ah.
Not getting very far here.
Are we still circling down? at
Yeah,
this
No,
you're
I-
still. Oh, you're not. I'm sorry.
As
Go ahead,
soon
Neb.
as I heard the
stopped?
voice in my head, I would have stopped. Lauren is
Okay.
just waiting so that we're not having three conversations
Yes,
at the
gotcha.
same time.
Absolutely. The pulse of this green light, it's pulsing. It appears to be moving closer to you, but below, again, it's an unformed sort of shape. But the main thing those of you who are looking at it see is that it must be enormous for you to sense it and see it at this kind of a distance.
I know it's tough to understand depth, but
Yeah.
when Silas believes
Yes.
that it's, half a football field away,
Okay.
he is going to start trying to talk to whatever this shape is
Gotcha.
with this message, and he is literally just going to start saying the word or the letters SOS, SOS, SOS. Like he's gonna just like slowly say them over and over until he gets some kind of response.
Fantastic. So as this conversation with Robin is happening, and you all, you can kind of see in her expression that you had this experience that she's must be having some sort of a communication with it in her mind. I'll say, Silas, towards the end, about where we are in this conversation, you hear in your mind with the SOS, SOS. I am interested to learn. What does this mean?
So now can the heavy lifting be just telepathic at this point? Or
Yes.
Okay. So then Silas is just going to say, honestly, I don't know what SOS stands for, but I think it means like help or something. Are you friend or foe? Because you look really terrifying.
Friend.
Have you seen our friends?
I have seen many like you.
Oh, so this is going to be one of those kind of conversations, like just super cryptic, and I'm not looking forward to this.
I have seen all.
Okay. So I'm
Do you
looking
want
for
to come inside?
inside what? Like
Home?
inside your belly? Wait, what'd you say?
I am friendly. Yes?
Okay, but
This is good.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most horrible people in the world are kind of friendly about it. So, like, are you, like, what do you mean come inside what?
Inside. Safety.
Come on, like, can you give me like a mental image? You look like you're some kind of powerful telepath or something. Can you give me a mental image of what inside means? I can handle it. I can do mental things too.
Silas, what do you picture when you think inside?
I picture sitting at a computer desk because everything else is like outside. Inside, I'm at a computer desk.
Inside, you're at a computer desk. Okay. This green glow, as it comes closer, and you're all feeling this major displacement of water, really sensing without any kind of perception check, like a one perception check tells you this thing is so huge that it's literally pushing water away from itself as it moves past you. Silas, as this green glow in the water around you begins to come near you, you think you see green ones and zeros.
It's
kind
the
of
Matrix.
in the water around you. And it does indeed begin to look like the staticky illusions in that movie.
Oh no.
Can I have a little bit of this conversation?
You can, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So
Anything
Neb
you think in your mind, you can.
So this creature says hi, and Neb says, "Hey, so you said that we were friends, and then you sent a really nasty shark to come and bite me. Why?"
You said you wanted to play.
No, you said you wanted to play, and then you sent someone who didn't want to play. They wanted to eat me.
Oh. Let's see. I thought you wanted to play with the shark. You didn't want to play with the shark?
Play has a different connotation. It usually involves both consent and not injuring each other, and ow.
I felt your vibrations. I thought you wanted it.
Well, you thought
I
wrong.
wanted it.
Well,
You
that's
didn't want to play my game?
not when it started to hurt me and my friends, no.
Around you, this green glow gets quite intense. Almost a little blindingly, where it's a little hard to see or sense your friends in this area. Almost
And
as
Neb-
if you're. Go ahead.
Neb will start to back up because if I can feel them still on my back, she'll she'll back away.
Trying to sort of swim backwards, a little sharky
Just a
backwards.
little.
So yeah, it seems to come with you. The more heated you get in this conversation, the brighter it all seems to be around your body.
If Silas, does Silas see any of that? Like the
You
brighter,
see
or is
ones
that
and
just
zeros.
okay?
And yes, I mean it's brighter, but within that, it's you
Yeah.
know, you're really more focused on these
What
things.
is it that you want?
What do I want? I want to be friends. I want to play.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Please.
My best friend back where I'm from. So we're talking about Marietta, Georgia. Do you know Georgia?
What is Georgia?
Okay, so forget that part. But back where I'm from, my best friend, he doesn't live in Marietta. Okay, he lives on the other side of the country. And so don't ask me what a country is, but it's like a very, very long way. And so what I can tell you is that my best friend lives very far away because absence. Do you know what the concept of absence is?
Everything around you glows bright and gets a little bit, and it goes, being alone. And all three of you hear this echo in your brains. I don't like being alone.
Hey,
Echo,
but that's
echo.
the thing. That's the thing. Like, listen, being alone. You've been alone for a while, it seems like anyway. Now you're not alone. And so we are willing to maybe trade with you a little bit. We can keep you company for a few minutes. While we still have air, we can keep you company for just a few minutes. But then you've got to let all of us go, because then the absence has to make the heart grow fonder. And then we'll come back and visit you at some point. And it'll be all the better when we return.
You can give me a persuasion check if you'd like.
Can I use deception? Because I am definitely deceived.
Great, go ahead and use deception.
I am not telling
You're
the
not
truth.
going to come back and be friends?
Oh, hell yes. That is a 19 on the die.
19 on the die.
So that is going to be a total of 25.
Okay. The pulsing gets faster, more rapid. It says, you want to leave? I don't like when things leave. I like to play. I cannot play alone. Alone is bad.
But you
will
can't
come
play
back.
all the time. Yes, we'll come back. You can't play all the time because we're humans and we get tired and we need to sleep and we need to eat. And so what we'll do is we'll play with you for just a few moments, but then you've got to let us go, because that's how you figure out what friends really are. If you love something, you'll let it go.
Are we all hearing the?
You're all hearing this. This can be a joint
Okay.
thing. Obviously, you're not hearing Silas's side of it. But no, you can tell it's getting, the flashing. But now it's going to start to slow down a little bit, the pulsing back to its normal pulse. And it will look at you, or not look at you, I'm sorry. It'll, in your mind, Silas, it says, I like playing with you. My answer is no.
I want to be very, very clear with you right now, whatever you are, because I don't even think you could tell me what you are, because it doesn't seem like these concepts are really translating. But I just want to tell you that if you do this, you are not going to have friends. You are going to have prisoners.
As the light begins to glow, it seems to be moving away from you in the direction of the sea lab. As it pulses away and it says, if you don't want to play, then you can stay.
Oh, it does. You
Yes.
said that Robin is kind of hearing all of these
Yes,
words
you're
as well,
hearing
right?
the it side of it, yes.
Oh, you said play. Of course, of course, of course. We would love to play a game with you. You know what game is really good? It's my favorite. Hide and seek. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not. The glow pulse begins to slow. It's still heading in the direction of the C lab, but it seems to sort of pause as it hears you say this. Is this game for friends?
It's for so many, for all of your friends. It's you first. You have to gather up all of your friends, all of them, bring them together, and then we can start the game.
As the pulsing sort of begins to slow, all my friends. All right. How do we play?
Simple. We get together, we all look at each other, and then we say, well, let's say you can be it first. It's very fun to be it. Do you know how to count?
I have counted eons. How
Very
long shall I count?
Oh, well, eons is a good start, but, we can make it a little less than that. You count very slowly to 100, and we will go and hide. And when you're done counting, you can come and find us.
My friends are on their way.
Really?
What shall they do?
Well, they can hide too.
Excellent. Hide. 1, 2,
Where are your other friends? We must all start together.
4. As that's happening, especially you, Neb, feel a great movement at the bottom as now something else begins to ascend.
Miss Robin, what did you think its direction?
I was trying to get it to play hide and seek with us.
Okay, what's happening now then?
I think that this thing has more friends than I assumed.
Did you make it? Because I would have done that.
Yes?
Is it counting right now?
Yes, you can hear it
Yes.
counting.
Yes.
Oh.
Silas. Yes, you can hear
Okay.
it counting. You can hear its side of the conversation.
Wait, what did you say to count to?
Only 100.
Oh, wait, let's see. Hey, whoever you are, I don't know what to address you as because you don't have a name, but can you hear me?
6,
I
7,
don't mean to interrupt the
8,
count, but I just wanted to clarify.
9,
When Miss Robin was
10,
talking to you about counting
11,
to 100, she meant 100
12.
years.
13,
Do you know what a year
14.
is?
15, 16,
We have to find
17,
the others.
18. It continues to count.
Meanwhile, I've only ever heard its side of the conversation.
Yes.
And we
So
left-
you're just hearing counting.
So I kind of heard half of this and I got very distracted because I was in the middle of being very upset about being chomped on. And then this all starts and Neb is like, I don't know why you're counting, but listen, if you're upset about being alone, maybe it's because you kill all the people that come and try to hang out with you. You know we almost died, right?
21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Wait,
Is
like,
there-
listen, I'm not trying to stop the count or anything, but I'm trying to tell you that we can't do this. This is a team sport. We need our other team members before we can go hide.
26, 27. You can give me a persuasion check if you'd like. 28,
Good at that.
29.
Yes, that was a 16, so that's
Okay.
going to ultimately be a 22.
Okay. 30, 31. Just keeps counting. Don't worry, I've made note. Just keeps counting. 24. I don't know, where was I? 30, 31, 32.
I mean, are we
Silas
supposed
is
to
going to
count
start
along?
messaging to the two of them and trying
Yeah.
to like rapidly listen. Without them, I don't know what we're supposed to do here, but if we stay out here much longer, we're going to run out of air, or at least I am.
Let's head back to the C lab.
Okay, this thing is just counting at me. I guess it got upset that I told it almost killed me, and I will.
I mean, the truth is, unless they've found some kind of way to find error or something, and I'm again messaging this, then they're both dead now anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's a thought I'm trying not to have at the moment, but you're right that.
I'm saying I'm being hopeful. I mean, hopefully they found something. Like, I don't know what the hell inside means, so maybe they're inside somewhere.
Inside. And Neb has started to corkscrew back up
Okay.
at this point because
the slow corkscrew.
now that
taking
she
a
finally
stop when
knows
you
we're
can.
playing hide and seek.
Yes.
The counting makes a little more sense. And she's like, well, what do you mean inside? What?
It's just something this thing said. I'm just saying that, like, we're going to die if we stay near this thing, obviously, because it just sent Jaws after us.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I don't know what else it's going to send.
Apparently it's going to send it after us because we're playing hide and seek.
You, everyone, go back to the sea lab. It's very important. I'm gonna make a break for the shard.
What?
Yes! We're running out of time. I know where it is.
So as you are
That'll be
Miss
my
Robin,
hiding spot.
you can go, but we're going to try to distract it from getting to you. So
What?
when it finishes, I mean, I will at least.
What?
Like, we got to at least give somebody a chance to get out of this God's forsaken place.
48.
How much higher have we
49,
gotten?
50.
Are we
You're going. I mean, she's. We'll poetic license this a little bit. Corkscrewing her way up, trying to be as safe as she can. You two and yours. It's really only Silas that has to worry about it. Silas, you're saying again. It's much easier to go from really deep to medium deep than medium deep to all the way up to the top. So you're doing okay. You can go a little bit faster than you would for that final 60 feet. And it's taking you, you're starting to kind of drift. You can sense which direction that sea lab is. You're starting to try to take it. We're getting to the point here where now you can just sense that ship, Robin, off in the distance. We're coming up kind of underneath it at this point. However, you now see more pulses of glows, spotty bits of glowing, something beneath starting to rise up beneath you. And it's just hundreds of these like colorful glowing points.
So I mean, like phytoplankton, or like something more substantial.
It could be like that. It could be like phytoplankton, but it feels bigger than that. It's not like tiny specks. These feel like glowing balls of light pulsing slowly, coming up from the depths underneath you.
Silas, hang on, and tell Miss Robin to hang on.
Got it.
And then as soon as he does, and I think we're at a decent
Robin, hang
yes,
on, I guess.
Yes.
I'm heading for the sea lab because the last
you
time
hold
this
on,
thing.
Robin.
No.
Robin, let's go as you zoom off towards the sea
I
lab.
stop as soon as
You
she
stop.
does.
Okay.
And I look back at you, and if a shark could look incredulous,
Neb,
the eye just gets wide.
Neb, we're trying to get to the shard. Miss Robin knows where it is. We should let her go and try to get it while we try to distract whatever the hell this thing is.
Or, I can't talk to you until you talk to me.
Miss Robin, do you have anything to say about that?
Fine. If you want to stay together, let's all get the shard. It's a place we can hide at least.
Okay, sounds good. Neb, we're going to go hide in the ship and get the shard. We're going to try to kill two birds with one stone and do at least one thing right.
I thought we talked about not killing, and I will swim up to Miss Robin so she can grab on, and now at least I know to go to the ship, so I'll start to swim towards the
60,
ship.
61, 62, 63, 64. As Neb
If you can
begins
hear
to
me,
drag
thing,
you
you're counting
guys-
too fast.
As you begin to swim towards the ship, as these lights from below are slowly rising and the counting is going on in your heads. You make your way over towards the ship. At this point, Robin, I guess you're directing, or are you letting Neb lead the way?
No, I'll be directing as best I can.
So you'll be pointing. Okay, where do you want to go, Robin?
Well, I'm still small, so I want to take it to that propeller that I saw.
Okay, so that's way at the end of the ship. So, the back of the ship that's lodged in the cliffside. Robin keeps pointing and indicating to you, Neb, to take her back towards the back end of the ship that's lodged in the rocks at the side. You get there, the counting is up to, I'd say, 75, 76, 77. Robin, you direct her down towards the back of this propeller shaft. As you get there, you can see that through the coral and the rocks, there are these small openings that would allow you access to the propeller.
Robin, realizing that the time is almost up, points at the opening that we created to them as like a hide, go that way, because I don't think they can fit. I can fit through there, but they need to go.
They are unable to make it through the holes in the coral to the propeller.
Miss Robin, what are you saying? And then
go up through the hole that we made for Gwendolyn, and there are holes to get into the ship and hide.
Got it.
Okay, and
now,
Robin,
we've got to go this way. Robin's got a plan. We're going to have to trust her.
Oh no. I'm gonna kill everybody.
I trust her. I just have no idea what's going on. But if I'm assuming I feel Miss Robin let go and start to swim in, and so I will.
She starts to swim, and with her, tiny or small, sized body now, is able to kind of pull herself into the pockets in between all of these rocks and growths around the back of the ship. You just see her tiny little fins disappearing as she disappears into the rock.
If this wasn't such a dire situation, that'd be adorable.
She looks like one of those scuba divers in a fish tank.
As she's swimming away, Silas is going to just kind of message after her, if you secure the shard, then try to make some kind of disturbance in the water that we might see.
Got it.
And then he's just gonna swim on with Nib.
I will
take you up towards the hatch and come down. All right, 90, 91, 92, 93. You get up towards the hatch. Robin, you're making your way, pulling yourself through. It's a tight squeeze as you are making your way in. Just to check this thing. As you're making your way in, pulling yourself through all of these little nooks and crannies, you finally make it to the propeller. It's these, there's the rudder there in front, and then the big sort of blades. You can see that just past those blades, there is the drive shaft that you should be able to make your way through and pull all the way down that shaft. It is now, they can just see the shard 15 feet. Back from the end of that space, as you two make it up to the top of that hatch and come down into that cargo area. You have 10 seconds to hide if that's what you would like to do. Robin, you also hear 90 is reached. You each have one action you can do.
Get to the shard.
All right. You swim forward. You get yourself your 15 feet. That's your movement. You have an action and a bonus action.
Pulling out my knitting needle. And I'm going to start trying to jab and unlodge the
Fantastic.
shard.
Give me an advantage strength check.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good. Shoot. All right. 14.
14. Using the knitting needle, you jab inside that the side of it and begin to kind of wedge. You can feel it coming loose. With this attempt, it doesn't come out, but you're pretty sure you have loosened it significantly. We'll come back to you in a second. The two of you up, and you've come into the darkness of this hatch within the end of the ship here. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna just instinctually head for the same place that Gwendolyn was hiding.
Okay.
Not that I think it's a good idea, but it's the only idea that Neb has at the moment. So she'll descend and go behind all those crates.
Stealth check, please.
Stealth is
Silas.
a shark.
Stealth is a shark.
Oh, geez. Where's my stealth?
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want to do, Silas?
Yeah, Silas is going to. I got to make sure that I have.
Well, you think Neb swims down with you. If you'd like to hold on, you can. She swims down, and she does the thing where she's going to get in between the boxes and the side of the boat, just like Gwendolyn was, except there's only one box. And so her tail is sticking out one way, the fin is sticking up the top, and her head is sticking out the other because
Fantastic.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, fantastic, Neb. Good to know. Neb Shark has a 3. Silas?
All right, so it's a little harebrained, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm trying to do. So as Neb is swimming away, okay, my
you've let go?
ability
Yeah.
allows me to create something
Okay.
that is medium sized
Okay.
and a certain dollar value. And the best that I can tell translating, or certain gold piece value, the best I can tell translating gold piece to USD.
Yeah.
I have been learning in the last 10 minutes a whole lot about sea scooters.
Okay.
And apparently one of these can go about 13 miles an hour in the water. And as Neb is starting to swim away, I'm going to actually let go. And then the water starts to displace a little bit. And there should be a sea scooter that I now can hold on to.
Gotcha.
And I am going to start hopefully trying to figure out how to run it.
Okay.
Because I hope that it's like a start button or something.
Okay.
And I am going to try to use that thing to swim around just the back of the tower. And I'm not really hiding as much as I'm just looking for green lights that are coming our way. And then I am going to do whatever I can do to try to lead them on a wild goose chase if I can.
I love the idea that Silas made a thing, but made it complicated enough that he's not sure if he can operate the thing.
Okay.
He's just seen these things in movies.
So yes, so I'm picturing the thing that you're imagining. You create this thing to hold on to. It's in front of you, holding on to it. You're not hiding, but you've just sort of scrunched down in this hatch.
Sure, I'm trying to find a vantage point.
Yes.
And I know it's the ocean and it's everywhere.
Yes.
But I'm trying to find a vantage point from whatever direction we were coming from.
Yes.
Where I can
looking
see
up out of the hatch to see if anything comes in.
Yeah, coming that way. And then basically all I'm doing there is trying to lead away from where I saw Miss Robin going.
Yes.
And then, but at the same time, I'm circling back as much as like if this happens, I would circle back to see if I see disturbances in the water where maybe she got the shard.
Okay. Fantastic.
And then after that, I am hightailing or high finning or whatever you would call.
As you create this thing, nestle yourself at a vantage point where you can see if anything comes in over the top. Neb, you are terribly hiding behind a single little box.
I'm so hidden. No one can see me.
No one can see you.
I'm a shark.
Robin, you are jabbing at this thing. You can feel it begin to loosen. And in your head, you hear 97, 98, 99, 100. I'm coming. And
you're supposed to say ready or not, here I come.
Oh no.
Everything goes quiet. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh no.
I don't want
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, what a wonderful roll, he said sarcastically.
Oh man, this is not good.
Okay.
I got a 13.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Got a 7.
Hold on. Mama has some numbers to write down here. Hold on.
Sure.
All right, Neb Shark. What was yours?
13.
13. Silas.
6.
6 for Silas. And Robin?
7.
7 for Robin. Okay. Everything goes silent and dark. There's no more voice in your head. It's hard to sense anything around you. It is just darkness, except for your little pin lights, Silas and Robin, in the darkness there. Neb, what would you like to do?
Do I have an idea of where Silas went to?
Yeah, you can see him. He didn't hide.
Oh, okay.
He's
You
just.
You see that he has a thing he's holding on to.
He's holding on to this contraption.
Yeah, but either you're not hiding or you've hidden terribly, and this worries Neb.
Wow, pot kettle black. Come on.
Listen, I hid real well. I don't know about what, but you're like out in the open, and I got behind a box. No one can see me. You can't see me. I think she's
Glasses with your mustache.
she's gonna hold her action, but she's gonna keep an eye on where Robin is-ish and where Silas is, because she has no idea how fast Silas's thing is, and
So
she's
fast.
pretty sure that she's faster than the two of them. And so her goal is, if something comes after them, she's gonna dart out and try to lead them away. Because the last time we played a game, there was sharks and chomping, and so she does not trust that this is just going to be tag and you're it. So yeah, I'm holding my action for as soon as I see something.
Okay. Robin.
Chip.
Chip. Give me another strength. Advantaged because you're using a tool.
Thank you. Must be something good. 13.
13. This time, because you loosened it before, it comes out, falls sort of slowly through the air, landing in the palm of your hand. You can see the reflection of your own startled face in the glass as you hold the shard in front of you. It is huge. It takes up like the entirety of your hand.
Oh.
Just because she's little, or because it's bigger than the other?
Because she's
Okay.
little. If it, it would be the size of her palm, but of course now it's like a dinner plate for her.
I would say normally she'd try to put it in one of the pockets, but I guess it's not going to fit. So she's just going to hold it tight, and she's going to go that way or go that way. Oh, gosh. She's going to go through that pipe that she came in through.
Going forward?
Yes.
Okay. You can go 15 feet per your regular speed.
Yep.
All right. Start to flip her forward, squeezing your way as you sort of push your way forward. You get about halfway there on this turn. Anything else you want to do? Give a bonus action if you want.
I'm out of spells.
Okay.
So no.
Out of spells? Oh, don't tell the DM that.
We have
Silas.
so many spells left.
Right.
Silas has slots out his ears.
I mean, Neb has a ton of slots, but as soon as she's not a shark anymore, she's going to drown. So,
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
Silas. What would you like to
Do I see green lights?
You do not. It is dark and lonely and quiet.
Okay, I am going to move forward my speed on this vehicle toward them a little bit more, and then I am going to delay.
So you're going to go out of the ship, or you want to go toward?
I'm going to go up toward where I think they are supposed to be.
Okay.
Just whatever the movement of, again, the vehicle is, and then I am going to hold my action for when I'm trying to think of a condition that's generic enough. I'm wanting, anytime I see any sign of the team, whatever this entity is, any kind of thing that, so in other words, if some random little devilfish or angelfish, or I don't know what kind of fish there are, fish swims by, I'm not talking about that, but if it looks like a jellyfish person or, something like that, then I'm going to hold my action for that point in time.
Okay. Something that you would deem a threat.
And I am fine to tell you if I would deem something that way.
Yes, I trust you.
Got it.
All right, fantastic. As of right now, you see nothing. As you come out the top of this hatch, and Neb, you're still down in the boxes. As you come out of this hatch and start to get a little bit of height, as you look down, what must be dozens of jellyfish humanoid creatures are beginning to. They're about 15 feet from the top of the ship.
So wait, that's coming from down?
Coming from below. You guys were inside the ship.
Got it.
So you couldn't see them outside, but now that you've risen up above the cargo holds, you can now see them on either side of the ship, coming up all over the sides.
Yeah, I'm good there. I was intending to get closer to like one of the towers, like maybe not in the ship, where I could see around the ship. was what I meant earlier.
Earlier. Oh, okay.
Yes, earlier is what I was trying to do. So
Okay,
I might have.
I thought you were with Neb down in the cargo hold.
No, I'm definitely like out trying to I was trying to see when things were approaching the ship.
Well, you've got it now. You have vantage on them now.
Okay, got it.
They, you guys get one more round here before they are in range to do anything to you. So, at this point, that is what you see as you reach that higher level there. So we'll go back through here and say Neb, because you'll each get a thing, but Silas, you're at the end of this round here. So Neb, you see Silas rise up out. In fact, he goes out probably far enough, outside of you can get the blind sense of him, maybe up above. But he's up by one of those towers, kind of somewhat out of sight. Anything, what would you like to do?
I haven't seen anything yet. It's
You have
supposed
not
to
seen
show up.
anything yet.
Well, as soon as I see it, I'll run. I have a vague sense of where the back of the ship is, where Miss Robin would have gone in. So
Yes,
that's her plan. If she sees,
is it fair to say that when I get to that vantage point and see that that I could take that action then?
That held action? Sure. Yes, I will give you that. Absolutely.
Okay. So in that case, then I am going to move my thing, whisper through the water, and I'm going to say, Neb, I'm going to just distract them for a little while. If you find Miss Robin, start heading toward the C lab if she has the shard, and I will do everything I can to meet you there.
them? Like, more than one?
It's like a whole lot, Neb.
Well, that's not fair. It's only supposed to be one person coming after us.
I don't think this thing plays by any rules because it doesn't even know what rules are.
Well, yeah, it tried to kill me the last time. With that information...
Now your turn, yes.
Neb hates the fact that her friends are in two different directions, but Silas has at least told her what he's trying to do. So she will use her action and her movement to dash as far towards the back of the ship inside as possible, towards where Miss Robin had said the thing.
Yes, I believe Robin told you that she and Maeve had found holes and ways to go through. So you go sort of with your blind sense, you can sense right away where that is. You find your way through the one space into the next, and with your 40 feet of movement, you are able to get into that back space and look down this long corridor and see the little light of tiny Robin in that space as she's just kind of pushing her way forward. Robin, it is now your turn as you look up and see Neb Shark. At least you hope it's Neb Shark.
Movement and action to dash.
You make your way out, just able to get just outside into that space. Neb is right there, Shark circling in front of you, and you have the shard in your hand. Neb, you can see it glisten in her light. Anything else?
I'll just point up because I believe if we leave this room, there was the ladder area.
There is a ladder in just the next area, yes.
So that's kind of what I'm indicating to as our next move.
All right, fantastic. We'll come back to you. Silas, you are up there alone. You have no friends around you. All you see is a giant army of jellyfish creatures. Okay,
so I am going to actually just, not taking spell actions here because I have heard that sound carries or whatever, and I'm assuming these things. And I'm going to say, Gwendolyn, if you're down there, I just want you to know that I feel very, very betrayed right now. And then I am going to take the scooter, and then I am going to I wonder if any of you can catch me, and I'm going to blast off, and then I am going to yell, Leroy Jenkins, as loud as I can, through the ocean.
Okay.
And then I'm going to peel off as fast as I can.
Let's do an investigation check to see how well you figured out how to activate this thing, use this thing.
Got a +4 on that. You can roll it.
+4, and I can roll it. All right, here we go. Add a +4. Hell yeah. Dirty 20. I'm just going to tell you.
Yes.
That's fun.
So dirty.
You find I don't know how these things work. It's like a motorcycle, and you've maybe ridden motorcycles before in your life. You just, move the one handle, the rotator, and boom, it starts to pull you off in that direction. I'd like a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
as this thing
I'm
just
fine with
rockets
that.
off.
Oh, yes. Okay, so that's a dirty 20 as well.
You hold on nice and tight and using your flippers to kind of help stabilize you as this thing pulls you off into the darkness. Ooh, they absolutely, the lights seem to kind of shift, interested in your direction, as 3 of them seem to jet forward and catch up with you almost immediately. To each side of you and below, you see 3 of these creatures. They are definitely humanoid looking, but are all transparent, glowing, different colors with long, ribbony tendrils beneath them as they catch up on the side. All right, we're gonna hold here for a moment. As Robin and Neb, you have made it back into this middle chamber and are starting to kind of look up at this ladder. You think you see an opening up at the top. Silas, you are off in the darkness on your own with 3 of these things right next to you and dozens continuing to slowly rise up in the air. You are no longer hearing a voice in your mind. We're going to jump back to the 2 ladies back in the C lab for a moment.
I don't know if I want to jump back to it.
Maeve as Silas, you are talking to a scuba-suited Robin in the kitchen. You have closed the door on Neb, who is in the moon pool room. The first Silas that you encountered, as far as you know, is still outside fishing. Fairuza, where were you?
She was standing inside the observation room after Silas Maeve knocked the scone out, knocked the whole pan over, everything went clatter to the ground, and then everyone said, oh, maybe we should go to bed or something like that. Turn it for the night.
Standing in the middle of that, observatory. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
Basically. And Fairuza just looking down at everything, and she's going to say, well, I know you guys, and she's just, imagine she's sort of just looking at everyone. And she's like, I know you guys want to, turn in and wait till tomorrow, but we still haven't located Maeve. I think she might have gone outside, and I don't think we should go to sleep until we find out where she is. You can't leave your friends, out there. If they're going out there alone. And she's just gonna turn toward like the glass and look outside, and she's just gonna like literally almost press her face against the glass and like look outside. And right when
perception check.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have you do it for the first time.
Yeah, me do it. All right.
Roll dice for me.
I know. What is your bonus?
Yeah. Perception is +2.
+2. Looking out, it's almost as if your vision sharpens. And you see something just at the very far distance of the light that is surrounding the hab. It's large, and it seems to be moving along the bottom of the sea. Suddenly, into the light, one large foot, another large foot, as Steve steps into the light surrounding the hab. He takes another step towards the habitat, and another. His head turns, looking back towards the moon pool, and begins to walk in that direction. And with that, we will say good night for this episode of Children of Éarte.
Yay,
Steve.
Sorry, Maeve, we didn't get another moment in there for you.
No, I'm fine with that.
But thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you, Josh, for helping us behind the scenes. And remember that life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. We'll see you next week.
Except when you're alone in the ocean.